Hello friends, welcome to today's daily devotion. I'm reading to you from the Old Testament book of Proverbs, the 11th proverb, reading verses 1 through 3. Hear now these words. The Lord detests dishonest scales, but accurate weights find favor with him. When pride comes, then comes disgrace, but with humility comes wisdom. The integrity of the upright guides them, but the unfaithful are destroyed by their duplicity. We often think that words like these, phrases like these, we hear them, we want to say, well, duh. But yet, even though it seems to be, common sense and something that just makes sense, and so we should do it, how often do we fail to live into these things? Now, dishonest scales happen when, in the old days, they would determine the value of something by having stones, that the stones are supposed to weigh a certain standard amount, and then whatever was being offered would be put on the other side of the scale, and they would balance everything out and then pay for what was on one side of the scale based on what the stone said from the other side of the scale. But imagine if someone had a scale that the stone was supposed to weigh a pound, but the stone actually weighs only 3/4 of a pound, or over 1/4 of a pound higher than a pound. Whichever way was going to give advantage to the person with the stones, they're going to either pay less or get more than what they're entitled to. And that kind of cheating happens even in our day when people try to take advantage of situations. For example, we don't use cash as much as these days as we used to, but when somebody would pay for a purchase for $10 and the cashier would mistakenly give them back change for a 20. Well, by that kind of a difference, the person buying the item actually got more money back than what they spent. And if they didn't return that extra change to the cashier, that's dishonest scales. That is taking advantage of someone else. And so, my friends, we need to not take advantage of others. There's always going to be somebody who might be not quite as smart as you, and there's probably somebody that is a little smarter than you. And if all we're doing is trying to figure out how we can get the best of each other, then we're not giving our best to each other. So let's listen to the psalmist and let's live into the integrity of honest scales, honest lives. And I'll see you tomorrow for another daily devotion.